Stop. Right there. Before you say another word to her, before you send that next text, I need you to realize something that will change your life forever. Think about the last time you were talking to a woman you liked. You were standing there, trying to read the room. You were wondering, is she into me? Or is she just being polite? You went home and replayed every sentence in your head. You analyzed her words like a detective. But here is the brutal truth that nobody told you. While you were obsessing over her words, you were missing the entire conversation. According to world-renowned research from UCLA, up to 93% of human communication is nonverbal. That means her words, the thing you've been losing sleep over, account for only 7% of what she's actually telling you. She wasn't being quiet. She was screaming at you in a language you just didn't know how to read. She was holding up a billboard of attraction, and you were walking right past it. Welcome. Today, we are stripping away the nice guy confusion. I am going to hand you the master key to female psychology. I'm going to break down the exact, documented biological signals that a woman sends when her body has already decided she wants you. These aren't guesses. These are primal instincts that she cannot control even if she wanted to. And stay with me, because the third signal on this list is so subtle that even most therapists miss it. But once you see it, you will never see a woman the same way again. But before we unlock the first signal, I need to tell you about the story of Arthur. Arthur was handsome, successful, and smart. He was talking to a woman named Elena. Elena was leaning in, touching her neck, and pointing her feet directly at him. But Arthur? He was looking for a verbal sign. He was waiting for her to say, "I like you," because he doesn't see the silent signals. He stays safe. He doesn't lead. He doesn't move closer. And eventually, Elena gets bored. She feels rejected by his lack of action. She walks away. Arthur thinks, I guess she wasn't interested. He was wrong. She was begging him to notice. Today, I'm making sure you are never like Arthur. I'm going to teach you how to read the billboard before she ever speaks a word. Signal 1, the eyebrow flash. Most people look for a smile, but a smile can be fake. The eyebrow flash cannot. When a woman sees someone she is genuinely attracted to, her eyebrows instinctively raise for a fraction of a second. We're talking about quarter of a second. Anthropologist Irenaeus Eibel Ibisfeld found this to be a universal human signal across every culture on Earth. It is a biological recognition of value. If you walk into a room and her eyebrows lift before the smile even starts, her brain has already flagged you as a priority. If her face remains flat until she starts social smiling, she's just being polite. Signal 2, proximity seeking. Human beings protect their personal space from people they don't trust. But when attraction is present, that space becomes a magnet. Watch for the drift. Over the course of a conversation, does she move closer? It's not a big step. It's a slight lean while laughing. It's a shift in her chair that brings her 2 inches closer to your personal bubble. Social psychologists call this proximity seeking. If you step back slightly to adjust your stance, does she drift forward to close that gap again? If she does, her body is telling you that she feels safe and drawn to your energy. Signal 3, the honest feet. This is the one that shocks everyone. Joe Navarro, a former FBI interrogator, spent 30 years reading criminals. His conclusion? The feet are the most honest part of the body. Why? Because we are trained from childhood to manage our faces. We know how to fake a smile, but nobody teaches us to manage our feet. In a group setting, or even one-on-one, look down. If her feet are pointed directly at you, her interest is focused on you. But if her torso is facing you and her feet are pointed toward the door, her body is already escaping. She is being polite with her face, but her feet are looking for the exit. Always trust the feet over the face. Signal 4, the mirror neuron sync. This is pure neuroscience. When 2 people are deeply attracted to each other, their brains begin to sync up. This is caused by mirror neurons. If you take a sip of your drink, and a few seconds later, she takes a sip of hers. If you lean back, and she leans back. If you cross your legs, and she crosses hers. She is mirroring you. She isn't doing it on purpose. Her nervous system is literally saying, I want to be in rhythm with this man. This is one of the most powerful signs of a deep subconscious connection. Signal 5, auto contact and preening. Have you ever noticed a woman lightly running her fingers through her hair while talking to you? Or adjusting her neckline? This is called auto-contact behavior. When a woman is attracted, her heart rate increases and her skin becomes more sensitive. She touches her neck, her collarbone, or her hair as a way to self-soothe the nervous excitement she feels around you. But it's also a preening gesture, the human equivalent of a peacock adjusting its feathers. She wants to look her best for you. If she is touching her neck, the most vulnerable part of her body, she is subconsciously telling you that she trusts you. Signal 6, the triangle gaze. Most men know that eye contact is important, but they don't know about the triangle. When a woman is just being friendly, her eyes stay on your eyes. But when she is attracted, her gaze starts to travel. She looks at your left eye, then your right eye, then drops her gaze to your mouth, and then back up to your eyes. She is mapping your face. She is subconsciously imagining what it would be like to be closer to you. If you catch her eyes dropping to your lips during a pause in the conversation, the kiss window is wide open. Signal 7, the accidental touch. Physical touch is the final frontier. But a woman who is testing the waters won't usually grab your hand. She will use strategic accidental touches, a brush of her shoulder against yours while walking, a light touch on your arm to emphasize a joke, her knee lightly touching yours under the table and staying there. A genuinely accidental touch is followed by an apology. A strategic touch is followed by a look into your eyes to see how you reacted. She is checking your temperature. If you smile and stay present, she feels a green light. If you pull away, she retreats into her shell. Conclusion: the power of observation. Gentlemen, the world is not a guessing game. It is a series of signals. Arthur lost Elena because he was deaf to the silent language. But you now have the cheat code. You don't need a rehearsed script or a perfect pickup line. You only need to be present. You only need to watch the feet, the eyebrows, and the drift. When you realize that she has already cast her vote with her body, your anxiety will vanish. You will move with the confidence of a man who already knows the answer. Remember, body language works in clusters. Don't just look for one sign, look for 3 or 4 happening together. If she is mirroring you, her feet are pointed at you, and she is touching her neck. Brother, she is not just friendly. She is waiting for you to lead. So, I have a challenge for you. The next time you are with a woman, stop talking for 10 seconds. Just listen with your eyes. Watch the signals. And when you see them, come back to this video and tell me your story in the comments. I want to hear how the silent language worked for you. Subscribe to join our community of grounded men. Take care of yourselves. And remember, she is already telling you everything. You just have to look, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next deep dive into the hidden world of female psychology.